All right, so Brian Kilgore to break. One of the competitors stop over to talk to Brian. Probably some type of ruling or question about the rules. Brian, being the tournament director, can see the 2 ball. Pockets the 2, sets up for the 3.
Michael Adams, Eric Rose, table 12. Michael Adams, Eric Rose, table 12. Please come get your paperwork.
Elevated over that 8 ball.
Derek Caressa, Paul Grimes, Derek and Paul, table 17.
So Brian looking pretty good here, first rack. Don't want to get in trouble here with the last 3 balls. A little bit of draw. Set up for that 9, that top right-hand corner pocket. Excuse me. Has a nice angle here. With a little bit of right, should be able to draw this cue ball across the table a little bit. Set up for that 10 in the right-hand corner pocket. Just a little bit of spin here on the right. Nicely done. All right, so Brian looking to go up 1-0, excuse me, over Asher Maman. Asher to break. All right, so if you're just joining us, again, my name is Wayne Everhart from ThinkTech MD. This is TTMD Billiard Streaming. We're out here today in Bowie, Maryland. This is the B&L first annual 10-ball open. So as the name indicated, they're looking to do this event yearly. It's a $5,000 ad. So good on them for pulling this event off, getting that cash together. It's not easy. TTMD does a $10,000 ad 10-ball championship. We elected to put that on hold this year. We had it last year. If you just were here a few minutes ago, you saw some of the photos from that event. But it's a lot of risk in putting on an event of that size with that kind of cash. And with COVID floating around, last year we had issues with events being canceled and or postponed and reassigned on our dates. And it was a little nerve-wracking, so we were concerned about the expo and stuff like that. So we just elected to hold off for a year. We'll come back with the $10,000 ad next year. However, we are doing the Bob Stocks Memorial April 15th to 17th. This will be at First Break Sports Bar. In a minute, I'll go ahead and put that our current player list up there in the chat. But that's a $3,000 ad. Again, First Break Sports Bar, Sterling, Virginia. Thank you to Anthony Luong for expressing his interest in TTMD, putting on that event for him.
Brian Rebel, John Francisco, Brian Rebel, John Francisco, table 21. Please come get your paperwork.
So need to be careful here, pocket this 2-ball, not to let that 7 or 9 get into play here. Got through that 7, got between the 9-ball and the 6. Oh, he did not deserve that. Did well to get between that 9 and 6 ball. Overran the position a little bit. Snookered himself behind the 10. So Asher to the table. Asher going to go ahead and play safety. Plays that 3 ball, 2 rails. Puts it over there behind the 7 ball. See if Brian can pull off a kick stop here. It might be a little too far away from that rail for the old kick safe where you can stop it with a little bit of draw. He's cueing it so I can see the edge of the 3. Oh, wow. What kind of eyes you got to hit that ball? Pretty good effort there by Brian just to skim that 3. Very delicate little shot. Asher Maman to the table. Good hit by Asher. Hit that 3 ball pretty full. Left it down table. Spun the cue ball down the other side of the table. So created that separation that he wanted. Brian can see the 3. Probably can see the edge of that 3 ball. I don't think he can hit it full in any way because of that 7. Did he call the 5? I believe he did. Nice shot there by Brian. Brian doesn't waste much time. You'll notice he moves around that table pretty quick. Delicately rolls that 3 ball in. Be careful not to draw into the side here. Well, here's another little delicate shot. He's going to call that 7 in the right-hand corner. He'll probably hit this ball with draw, try to take that left-hand corner pocket out of play. Well, he was able to go with high and play 2 rails. Well done. Sometimes those shots, you catch them a little thick, and you end up scratching, hit that ball beautifully. He's got to come with another shot here. Killed that cue ball beautifully off the rail. Don't stick on the rail for him. Shot that 9 ball well pocketed. Sets up for the 10 ball in the bottom left-hand corner. Wow, Brian's looking pretty strong here. 2-0 over Asher Maman. Brian Kilgore to break. All right, so my name is Wayne Everhart from ThinkTech MD. And if you're thinking about getting any computer equipment or need some help with your office, maintaining your IT department, we can help you out. If you need a website, we can help you out there. Just about anything IT, 27 years in the business. Reach on out to us. Check us out at thinktechmd.com. We're on Facebook, ThinkTechMD. And my name is Wayne Everhart, the owner of ThinkTech MD, and you can reach out at any time. Brian Kilgore to break. Leading 2-0 on a race to 7. Cue ball got kicked. That's pretty unfortunate. So Brian trying to play safety there. Didn't work out. I believe that he was trying to play safe there. So Asher looking at this transition from the 3 to the 4. Got to be careful not to bring the 7 into play. Plays into that 6-8. Separates them. So he's got the 6 in the side. If he's going to draw back, you just got to be careful not to cinch yourself on the rail. And actually, it looks like if he tries to draw and play the 6 in the side here, it's going to actually go down table. The cue ball's going to go down on the other side of the 8. That could be not ideal. Yeah, that was going to be the problem there. So Asher kicking at that 7 ball. Hits it pretty full. Going to leave Brian an opportunity to go up 3-0 here.
Victor, Susie Wong, table 11.
I jinxed him. Just overcut that ball a little bit.
Victor.
As solid as he's been shooting these last 2 racks, I didn't fancy him to miss that 7 ball there. Kind of a wrong angle for the 8. He might have to go around the table. 3 rails. 4 rails maybe. Don't want to be on the rail. All right. So just pocket this ball. It's going to have a natural angle come up above the 10. Oh, wow. Just caught it a little too thick. These diamonds are not going to give it up. You cannot cheat the pockets like that. Can Brian see the edge of the 9? It's hard to tell. Can't really see from here. He's probably going to have to go rail first. Then the control, the speed of the cue ball is going to be a little tricky. Good news is the 10 ball sitting in the corner pocket. Yeah, nice shot. All right, so Brian with a 3-0 lead over Asher Maman. Want to race to 7. I'd like to say thank you to Gina Cunningham from Keller Williams and Integrity. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, reach on out to Gina. Now, Gina has been an advocate of pool in the area, sponsoring many streamers, and has committed to 1 year of streaming here with TTMD. We'll be bringing all the JP Newts, live coverage of those events. And without sponsors like Gina Cunningham, we could not do this. So thank you to Gina for everything you do for the sport. And thank you for going out there and helping all these folks sell and buy a home. So reach on out to Gina Cunningham of Keller Williams Integrity.
Justin Pellet, Brett Stoudemire, table 14. Justin Pellet, Brett Stoudemire, table 14.
So a bit of a reset there. I think Asher's going to be fortunate that the 1 ball locked up on the 3. Cue ball is on the rail. Brian's pretty limited with his options here. Might want to bank the 1 ball off of that short rail onto the left side, the left long rail. Oh, he's going. Yeah, he didn't quite get enough energy onto that one ball. But I think you needed to hit that one ball a little more full. Try to get it over to that right rail. But moving on, Asher really fired that ball in there with a lot of draw. I'm not sure what the plan was there. So Asher trying to play safe, put that cue ball behind the 4. However, Brian can see the 2 completely. He might be a little straight on the 2. Drills that 2 ball in the corner pocket.
Table 14.
So nice cinch up safety there by Brian. Plays the cue ball behind the 4. Going to force Asher to kick at this 3. And that's got scratch written all over it. If you try to kick off of that short rail and come down between the 9 and the rail, and you catch that 3 ball even full or less than full, you've almost got to hit that 3 ball on the right side here or you're going to scratch. Yeah, so definitely scratch was in play there. Nice shot there by Brian. Getting advantage of the table off safety play. Pockets at 3, brings the cue ball out between the 9 and the 10. Sets up for that 4 ball in that top right-hand corner pocket. Pockets the 4, runs the cue ball 2 rails with a little bit of top left. Sets up for the 7 ball in that bottom right-hand corner pocket. Probably gonna have to draw this ball back about a foot. Yeah, that's the problem there when you're trying to draw that ball back. You pop that cue ball like that, you catch a rail going in there, and it just hangs. Catch a jaw. So Asher tries to draw that cue ball out of the corner pocket, set up for the 9. Bumps the 9. 9 ball cuddles up on the cue ball. Just saying hi to Sean Jackson. Walking by the booth. He won his first match. He'll be moving on. His first match was against Kelly Daniel. She stopped over to me and said, hey, you know, I lost pretty handily, but I learned a lot. And, you know, sometimes it's not always about besting your opponent. It's about learning from your opponent. So good on her for coming out and competing today and getting in the box. Oh, wow. How does that scratch? So Asher going to be on the board here, 3-1 with a pretty unfortunate scratch. I just can't see how that would get in there, but it did. So 3-1. Brian Kilgore over Asher Maman. Brian is still looking at that shot in disbelief and trying to figure out how in the world that cue ball scratched.
Please come get your score sheet.
And hats off to the owners here at Center Pocket. If you look around, as we're looking around here, every big screen TV that's in the facility has the stream going. Kudos to them. Brian Kilgore to break. Leading by 2, 3 games to 1. On a race to 7. Eight ball falls. Can see the 1. Gonna call that 1 ball cross side. He's got the 5 ball there to help him if you happen to catch that 5 ball going in. So 1 ball does not go by the 6. If you look around here, action on every table. See someone jumping in the background. Asher with safety play, trying to bring that 10 ball in as a blocker.
Tony Khan, table 3.
Brian going to go ahead and reset. Well, didn't scratch. Tried to. Asher fires that 1 ball in there. He just hasn't been able to string any shots together. Just hasn't had an opportunity to get himself any leaves after his initial shot to be able to get anything going, string any balls together. So Brian Kilgore to the table. Look out. Well done. So a little shallow on the angle into the 5. Probably wanted the cue ball a little bit more full into the 5 ball. Played into the side. Looks like some discussion about rules. I'm not sure what the conversation is. Oh, they're talking about the player option, meaning that if Brian slops a ball in or makes a ball that he didn't call, the player would give back player option. I think he was also asking about the 10 ball there. What would happen if he accidentally pocketed the 10 ball? The 10 ball would have been spotted, and it would have been player option. Asher pockets that 7, sets up for that 10 ball in the bottom right-hand corner pocket. Draw within 2. Excuse me, with one. Excuse me. The draw within 1, 3 games to 2. So while I have a minute, I'd like to say thank you to the new Green Room Billiards in Dundalk, Maryland. They have been avid supporters of TTMD billiard streaming going back from day one almost. And so thank you to them. And so we have put up their calendar in the chat, if in the description. I'm going to go ahead and put it up in the chat. So check out the new Green Room Billiards, check out their website, and check out their schedule. If you're looking to get involved in tournaments, they always have something going on. So thank you to Chantel and the folks over at the new Green Room Billiards. Folks, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. I've had some food brought over to me, and I need to get something in my belly. So just hang tight. I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic. I'm here. I'll keep track of the score. I'm also watching chat. So we'll be right back. Again, this is Wayne Everhart from Think Tech MD. This is TTMD Billiard Streaming. All right, I'm back. Feeling much better after a little bit of food in the belly. Thank you to Center Pocket for their hospitality. That was an excellent bacon cheeseburger. So Asher with maybe a little bit of a multi-purpose shot there, trying to play the two ball cross side and maybe bring the cue ball down table for safety if he missed. Didn't work out, so Brian to the table. Spins the two ball in with some right spin on the cue ball. I don't believe the 3 goes by the 8 in the side pocket. So he's setting up the plate in the bottom left-hand corner. That's a pretty nice shot. Pretty sporty there. Setting up for the 4 ball. I saw him look at the side. See if he's going to go back down in the left-hand corner pocket again. Safety was on. So Brian pretty fortunate, or unfortunate. He's given 2 racks away on scratches on the money ball, or the ball preceding the money ball. So he just needs to keep his focus and try not to get too discouraged. So pocketing ball as well. Plays that 4 ball in the corner, sets up for the 5 in that left-hand side pocket. Probably just want to bring the cue ball forward just a bit, set up for the 6 in the bottom left. Excuse me, bottom right. Just stood up in the middle of that shot a little bit. You saw him just pop up as he's following through with that shot, trying to be delicate. I often see players when they're hitting follow in particular, when they're trying to roll the cue ball in a delicate fashion, they'll pick themselves up, lift their body up in the middle of the stroke. I see it pretty consistently. Got to stay down on that ball. So Asher indicating, I believe, the left-hand corner pocket. What a hit. Asher with a beautiful swerve shot that made contact with the 5. Oh, excuse me, Brian with a beautiful masse shot or swerve shot. I'm sorry. So Brian looking at that corner pocket here. Boy, you hit that one good. Set up for the 6 in the same corner. A little straight on the 7. He might be able to go 2 rails with high right, taking the cue ball after contact to the bottom short rail and then to the right long rail. Cue ball should travel towards the center of the table, back to the left-hand side towards where he's at now. Well done. Sets up for that 8 ball. Just need to kill it off of that short rail. Give yourself a little angle so you can get down table for the 9. Well done. Probably would have rather been a little bit more full into that shot. Pretty good shot there. All right, so Brian takes the lead 4 games to 3. And I know he's feeling a little snake bitten after the last couple of racks where he scratched on the 10 and scratched on the 9, respectively. So we're out here today at Center Pocket in Bowie, Maryland. This is the B&L 2022 10 Ball Open with a $5,000 ad. Congratulations on them for putting on an event with $5,000 added. It's not an easy task to go out there and get that kind of money. We did a $10,000 ad, so I know what's involved. It's not easy. So the trials and tribulations of being a tournament director, as he's trying to stay focused on his match, he's still got details from the tournament to deal with. So Brian can give this one back if he so chooses. He will not. He's going to fire at this 3. Just caught that a little too thin. Uh-oh. That's kind of the way it's been going for Asher. He's able to make 1 or 2 shots and then just sort of gets hemmed up, either on his next ball, or in this case, 9 ball is the problem. I just get a sense that if he could just get the speed of the table down, he'd be able to get into some rhythm, but he just hasn't been able to do so at this point. Asher lining up that 6. Plays that 6 ball a little firm in the corner pocket. Sets up for that 7 in the same corner. So a little bit of an odd angle for the 9. I think he wanted to play it in the side pocket, actually. I think he was setting up to play that cue ball over far enough to play it in the side. Didn't get there, so he's going to play it in the corner. Hit that ball with some draw, took the side pocket out of play. Brian's going to go ahead and give him that 10 ball. 4 games apiece on a race to 7. My name is Wayne Everhart from ThinkTech MD. This is TTMD Billiard Streaming. Excuse me. We are monitoring the chat today, so folks, feel free to chime in, talk with one another, root for your favorite player. If you have any questions, we'll do our best to answer them for you. As you can see, we have a pretty full room. I think we have 120 some players today, 123 I think I remember. I'll check. Right, Kilgore to break, tied 4 games apiece on a race to 7. Pockets the 1. Has a lane into the 2. Five ball could be a little tricky. Although maybe not too bad considering the position of the 4. So Brian brings that cue ball out to the dead center of the table there. Pockets that 3. Looks like the play is into the bottom right-hand corner pocket. He's looking at the 5 ball there. What he doesn't want to do is allow that 6 ball to come into play, block access into the 5. So now this shot on the 4 ball becomes critical, trying to hold it for the 5. You really got to hold it above the 6. That's the result of trying to hold that ball with draw. Just popping it and missing the pocket. I don't know about that hit. That looked like a 5 ball. Looks like it hit the 5 ball. Yeah, a quick discussion over there. I don't want to be the one that says that was the 5 ball. But yeah, definitely hit the 5 ball first. So Brian's got ball in hand here. Okay, yeah.
Table 24.
Thank you, Ron. 106 players. Appreciate that. We were, yes, Edward, these are diamonds, and they play sweet. And thank you for joining us today, Edward. Edward is a sponsored player for TTMD. He's out there on the West Coast. We're in the process of getting his gear together. It's been a bit of an issue trying to get some of our gear in the last couple of months, so we've been fishing around for different vendors, trying to find the right fit. But Edward, we have not forgotten about you, my friend. We're going to get you a jersey out there and a jacket real soon. Okay, so Brian's going to call that 7 ball cross corner here. It's a pretty good play because if you don't make it, you're most likely going to get. Oh no, he's not playing cross. He's going to cut it. I think for me, I'd play it cross corner here because it's a good chance that you're going to get safe. All right, he's just going to go safety all the way. Try to hold that cue ball and the 7 behind the 10, just split them. Did not get to a rail. Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate that. Pockets that 8 ball. Oh, no. I called it a little too soon. It looked like it was in the hole. Next thing I know, it's flopping around on the bottom rail there, on the short rail. So just another example of Asher just not being able to get the pace of the table, making a ball or two and then being hemmed up. So Brian with an opportunity to go up 5 games to 4. He's probably going to hit this again with a little bit of draw, bring the cue ball over to the left, play the 10 ball in the bottom right-hand corner. right, so Brian takes the lead, 5 games to 4 on a race to 7. I'd like to say thank you to CJ Wilkinson from Baltimore City Q's. Baltimore City Q's has committed to sponsoring the under 450 event that's coming up for the JP Newt. I think it's March 6th. I'll get the exact date. And we'll probably have, we'll probably talk about the JP Newt schedule
Justin Muller,
in
Alcampo,
more
table
detail as we start going through
13.
the day.
Jay Lee, Leroy Taylor, table 6.
Try to get Linda Shea on the mic in a bit. Linda, the tournament director and local female pro. So Asher pocketing 3 balls on the break. Can see the 1. Doesn't go in the bottom left-hand corner. Safety was on. Oh, wow. That's why I like to get that thing out of there as soon as possible. That's the only downside of using these, using template racks. And, man, you could just see the reaction of the 1 ball as it just rolled into that template. So Brian's going to call the 10 ball cross corner. So that'll be spotted. Let's get that template rack out of the way.
Muller, Alcampo, table 13. Jay Lee,
And I
Leroy
don't
Taylor,
believe
table 6. Place
that
number
Asher's going to give it
14.
back. And he was ready to roll. He was ready to shoot before the 10 ball even got spotted. I believe he got enough space between the 10 to play the 2 on the side. It's really close. And if you can, you just got to barely make this 2 and let the cue ball drift up table just a touch. Play the 3 and the, oh, he's got different ideas. I'd probably have been a little bit more delicate with that. So he's going to play the 3 in that bottom left-hand corner. Holds that cue ball off of that long rail. Was trying to maybe play it in that left side pocket. It's not going to work out as designed. You can see that Asher shaking his head a little bit. I know he was feeling like he wanted to play that 6 ball, most likely in that left side pocket. It's up for the 7. Instead, up on the 6, forced to play it safe. Now Brian's got a cut with the 6 in that right-hand corner pocket. Pace of the cue ball, it's going to be cooking. It's going to be hard to control this cue ball. Asher pockets that 6. Has the 7 in that bottom right-hand corner pocket. All right, so Asher ties it up 5 games apiece on a race to 7. So Ron, as a side note of 106 players, they had scheduled, I believe, close to 170 players. And most of these people started backing out a couple days ago. And I tell you, that's pretty discouraging. You know, I think I would be a little upset as a tournament director And certainly would remember the folks that are backing out at the last minute because, man, when you sign up for an event like this, it's a $5,000 ad, and folks are going all out to try to put on a nice event. Don't sign up and then bail. I mean, just be a little bit more respectful. So I'll be keen to know who bailed because those folks won't be the ones that get on the list for any of my events without paying. I'll tell you that. Edward, I'll tell you what I'll do. Moving forward, I'll try to throw the Fargo up for each of the players, and I'll put it up in the lower third. I would say Brian is probably a 520 or so player, 530. I'll look him up. Asher, I'm not too familiar with, so I don't have any frame of reference. But let me just pull up Fargo rate real quick. I know a lot of folks are very interested in knowing what the Fargo rates of the players are, considering this is an open. So Brian is a 544 Fargo. And let's take a look at Asher. So Asher's a 555. All right, so there you go. Got the Fargos up in the chat, 544 and 555 respectively. Well, Ron, credit to the tournament directors. They immediately said, hey, listen, we had a number of people drop, but the money's still here. The $5,000 ad is accounted for. So, man, you can't complain about the tournament directors. And they did their piece. So, hey, Ron, you're very welcome. So Brian drawing that cue ball out there, trying to set up for that 9. This is actually a tricky little shot. You don't want to scratch in that side pocket. You have to come back across table. Well done. A little bit of a back cut here. What we like to call a blind cut. Pockets that 10. Gets on the hill, 6 games to 5. If you're just joining us, my name is Wayne Everhart from ThinkTech MD. This is TTMD Billiard Streaming. We're based out of the Baltimore area. If anyone is out there, a tournament director is having an event, would like to have a streamer come on out, reach on out to me on the side. We'll work something out. Sometimes it's just a matter of getting the right sponsors in place to help support the stream. But if you're interested, reach on out. Ron, if you have an event going on, you need a streamer, reach on out. Asher Mom in the break. Down 5 games to 6 on a race to 7. Oh wow, what a break. Just a powerful break there. Pockets 3 balls, sets up for the 1. It's probably a little straight for the 1 to get 1 to 2 because of the 8 ball being there. It's a tight window. It's a pretty good shot. I don't believe he's got to worry about scratching the side. Just pocket this 2 ball in the bottom right-hand corner pocket. So Asher unable to pocket that 2 ball. Gets fortunate with a roll. Leaves Brian on the other side of the 5, kicking at the 2. That's probably a product of that inside English, trying to spin that cue ball with inside. It straightened up the 2 ball when he was trying to cut it. So just lost a little bit of that angle because of the spin. Failed to pocket the 2. Now this is an ugly shot. Hi, Mike. We have some lower rated Fargo events. And what I might do is just take a note here and friend request you on Facebook and see if we can get you signed up for any of the other lower rated or the other less expensive Fargo events. Hi, Sheila. Thank you for joining us. And Mike, depending on the tournament director that's putting on the event,
Marvin Ramirez.
they have the
Carlos
flexibility to
Flores.
work with your Fargo a bit. Meaning,
Table 21.
if you're overranked, then you really should be, just say for instance, you are a skill level in the APA of like a skill level 4 or 5, and you find yourself coming in and they rank you as like a 550 or higher. Well, if the tournament director knows you, they can just they can lower your Fargo rate to accommodate. Well, in that case, Mike, I'd have to know a little bit more about your speed on the table, and if your tournament director is aware of your speed and they're also thinking that you're overrated, like I said, they can lower that handicap for the event. So I understand, but with anything, it takes time to adjust, and I would say more time than not that Fargo rate adjusts pretty darn quickly. But again, you have to be active on the tournament scene. If you play one time a year and expect the Fargo rate to be accurate, that's not going to happen. Thank you, Miguel. Miguel Tufano. A mobster out of Baltimore, Maryland. So Asher looking to tie it up, 6 games apiece. So we're going hill. Lenny, thank you for joining us, Lenny. Lenny Valley, another TTMD sponsored player.
Marvin Ramirez, Carlos Torres, please come up and get your score sheet. Table 21.
Lenny is I would say, a top-notch competitor. Very even keel on the pool table. Not going to get too excitable. And a great representative for ThinkTech MD. So thank you for all you do, Lenny. Hi, Chuck. Yeah, the Slotto app will work. That'll help get your Fargo rate where it needs to be. And frankly, you really can't game the app because it would cost you a fortune to sit there and pump money into the Slotto app to fake your Fargo. And they have some mechanisms built in to help catch people that are gaming the system, so to speak. All right, so, nice little swerve effort there by Asher. Almost a full-on masse. So it looked like Brian trying to play his safety there. Kind of looked a little rushed with that. Need to hit that ball a little bit more delicate.
Gardner, table 20.
So at the conclusion of this match, I have a little another little slideshow I'm going to put on for everybody. A special thank you to the team TTMD. Folks, if you're interested in ThinkTech MD or TTMD Billiard Streaming, you can check us out on our website, ttmdbilliardstreaming.com. There's some information up there about our player development program. You can read about it. Thank you, Carl. I really do appreciate that positive feedback. Carl is a tough competitor. I've bumped heads with him a few times on league night, and always a joy. Thank you for joining us here, Carl. Top shelf character. I hope so too. Carl. Oh, just bobbled that 6. Catch the point going into the side pocket. So the door is open for Mr. Asher. He's got an angle. Oh, no, sorry. It's actually pretty tough. Good speed. Good speed. I was going to drift that cue ball up table a little bit too far. Left a nice little angle into the 7. Good speed. Hey, Ron, I'm not privy to that information as far as who's up next. That's the call of the tournament director. But I can tell you it won't be long. They keep the tournaments rolling the tables rolling pretty quick around here. There won't be much downtime between matches. Sure, let me go ahead and post that bracket there, Sheila, excuse me.
Q Gardner, table 20. Q Gardner, table 20.
Oh, wow, so nice shot there by Asher. Take the match, 7-6 over Brian Kilgore. So if you're just joining us, my name is Wayne Everhart from ThinkTech MD. This is TTMD Billiard Streaming. Our next match will be up here in just a moment.